Altra Torin 7, Altra's daily trainer, which for me was a huge disappointment. Unfortunately, I still ran 500 kilometers in it, and this is my full review. Before I start talking about the Altra Torin 7, the usual disclaimer, I bought this shoe myself from Running Warehouse. I paid it with my own money, and by far all the opinions expressed in this video are subjective and my own. Specifications for the Altra Torin 7, it's an Ego Max foam and the midsole. The stack height is of 30 millimeters, both at the heel and the front for a 0 millimeter drop. The upper is an engineered mesh. The foot shape is a standard foot shape from Altra. The foam is an Ego Max, as we said, it's a blend of EVA and TPU, and the foam softness is around 16.8 on the hardness scale. The width at the toe box, at the big toe, is 90.4 millimeters. It has no gusseted tongue, and the weight in my size 44.5 is 290 grams. The retail price for the shoe is that of €150. Like usual, I'm gonna start with the things that I like. Unfortunately, there aren't many, so it's gonna be a pretty short one, this one. So the upper is comfortable for me. The upper is a comfortable upper, and the volume is ideal. I think it's one of the few Altras where I don't need to do a tongue pad. I still have another insole under the insole to reduce the volume. So for low volume feet, I think that this shoe might work out. The space in the toe box again is excellent, as well as in the big toe. I had no issue, no hitting and no bruising in my big toe, and I have pretty wide feet, not high volume, just wide. And the weight in my size under 300 grams, I think it feels good, as well as the retail price of €150 is pretty reasonable, especially when you can find them even for €90 when they are on sale. Now we're gonna go for the things that I dislike, which are much more than the things that I like. So I feel that the midsoles or geometry, or both of them together, they did not work out for me. I know some people love the Torin, however for me it felt a little bit awkward running in it. At slow speeds I felt that the foam is too firm and it did not roll that my feet did not roll that much. At higher speeds it felt slightly better. However, if I was going very fast, so my fastest pace, I felt that I am stomping and I could feel that literally I am slapping the floor. So either the toe spring or the rocker is not enough, or to a certain extent sometimes I feel that this shoe has a negative drop rather than a 0 millimeter drop, so I'm feeling going backwards when I'm wearing the shoe. Again, the foam is pretty firm, even though on the hardness scale is comparable to the Nova Blast 4, for example, but underfoot it does not feel that way. The midsole, now at 500 kilometers, I don't really, feel any energy return. It does not feel comfortable, it feels as solid as a rock. In fact, I am using it when I go with my son playing handball and nothing else. I stopped running in this shoe at the 500 kilometer, and now I have the Altra Experience Flow to replace this shoe, and I have the Altra Via Olympus 2, which compared to this shoe I feel it's 100 times better. This is the only shoe from Altra which I do not feel is true to size. In fact, when I compared all the insoles of all the Altra shoes I have, this one is the only one which is approximately half a centimeter longer. So you have to keep that in mind. Maybe that's why it did not work out for me, because I was not using the slightly toe rocker properly. So to conclude, I think you can actually come up with your own conclusion after all I said. That is not going to be a positive conclusion. So I did not like the shoe immediately. When I wore it, I felt it was too firm. However, I tried to continue running in it until I reached 500 kilometers. It got slightly better at the 250 kilometer, but again, closer to the 500, it went downhill. So I enjoyed it for a very short period of time, and I enjoyed it most when I was keeping that steady pace. Too fast, I did not enjoy. Too slow, I did not enjoy either. If I have to give it a rating, I would rate it 2 out of 10 for me. I would definitely not buy it again. I prefer much more. In fact, now I'm doing almost all my runs in the Altra via Olympus 2, even the speed runs, and I enjoy that shoe much more. That was it for today. If you have any questions, feel free to write them down in the comments below, and I will be glad to answer as soon as possible. Thank you very much for following the channel. See you in the next one.